Now today we're not going to be worrying too much about bottom fish. We're heading straight out to 85 meters and putting the lures in, because wouldn't you know it, there's bloody yellowfin tuna out there at the moment. There's been about 3 caught in the last week and they're well in range. We've got a nice temperature break just behind the island, nice blue water. Who knows what could happen today. Righto team, we're at 50 meters. Got a pretty light southerly out here, which is not too bad. I'm just gonna pop on a big diver because there's a chance of a yellowfin out here. So we've got one lure now out the back, and get this one sorted in a second. After reaching 75 meters, I saw some bait on the sounder. Right, so we just marked some bait. See if we can get it. Oh, is that a marlin or a marco? I think it's a marco. Probably came in and had a look at the lures, to be honest. We're just coming onto the end of it. Right, we're in it. We're in it. Come on, bait. Oh, yep. Yep. Hooked it, whatever it is. Now let's hope the marco doesn't eat it. Get him up before the marco gets it. Nice big Mackie. Nice big Mackie. It was very important that I secure this bait now, as I may not get another chance. 2. Oh, come on. Get in. No. Get in. Yes. It's my marlin bait. It's my marlin bait. Right. After almost messing that one up, I attached a live bait rig and got to setting this mackerel up on a bridle. Oh well, that'll do. We can get more if we have to. I set literally a perfect live bait out the back, which should catch anything from a marco to a marlin or a yellowfin tuna. Right, back to trolling. I continued out to sea with one albacore lure and a live bait set out the back. Big bait ball under me. So I got a bait out, so we'll just stay here, to be honest. Despite dropping a jig onto this giant bait ball, nothing wanted to eat my live bait, so I kept going out to sea. Where are these bloody tuna? We're at about 103 meters now. Seeing a fair amount of bait. Most of it's pretty deep. It's a fairly substantial log. Just do a circle around it. Maybe. You love to see that sort of thing out here, because 20.8 could mean literally anything. A wide range of possible things. Right, so I'll do a bit of an update. We are in 113 meters, so we've broken my record again. I'm not quite sure how far offshore we are, but about 11.5 kilometres, I think. And we've got a good forecast for the way home, and it'll be a northeaster, so we'll get pushed right back in and I can handle up to about 15 knots. So probably head along this line to the north. Hopefully we'll run over an albacore at least. Nothing really happening for me at the moment. My bait's still alive. He's kicking away out the back waiting for a yellowfin to eat him. Let's just keep going. we're officially the deepest we've ever been. 141. We're over a mark that produces pucker. We've got bloody mint weather. Let's see what we can do. Just dropping a jig down onto this mark. We'll probably at least get a sea perch. Oh, here comes an albatross. Don't get to see those every day. I don't think he's going to come near us though. It'll take a while for this 130 gram to get down there. Ideally I probably wanted 200 grams, but I didn't bring that with me, of course. While my lure was dropping down 142 meters, I decided to check on the live bait. Still going strong, eh? Still dropping. There we are. Down now. Hopefully get a bite at least from something. Despite the effort getting here and being so far out to sea, there was absolutely nothing biting on the bottom. It was a little bit disappointing, so I pulled up the rig and went back to tuna fishing. So a little bit of an update. We're just leaving that mark I had, and there was bugger all sign over it. Did a couple of drops and didn't even get a bite. We're gonna move on, heading north now. Hopefully those tuna push down as the day goes on. We're doing our best out here. It's all we can do. Hey bro, Blair on the kayak just in front of you.
M&M to Blair on the kayak.
Yeah bro.
How you going?
I just saw those dolphins and I thought they were tuna and I got a bit excited. Other than that, nothing at all.
Getting back up to post office ways. Give us a yell if you need a hand.
Yeah, if I hook something big, I'll definitely give you a yell.
Copy.
Lots of scum and stuff on the surface, and I've got another log we're going to go past. And I can see splashing off in that direction, but I haven't quite worked out what it is yet. If it's big tuna or dolphins. The more likely candidate is dolphins. Got a bit of stuff on it. It's trunk end. Back up to 21.3. We got as high as 22.7, I think. My bait's still going. He's still paddling away behind me as well. So he's probably working harder than me. Team, we could be on here. Got a work up in front of us. Right in the area where I just was. Got birds diving there now. The real issue is getting there in time. They're moving away at such a pace that I can't keep up with them. So I'm gonna have to ditch them. They're about 3 kilometers away and I can't keep up with them. So we're back at 100 now. We were in about 90 and we boosted out here, and the bloody birds just kept dragging me out further, so we're gonna turn around again. And I think it was a pretty good decision to turn around at that moment. Random gusts coming from the south, which is not correct at all. So we're shooting straight in. So we've done about 6 hours trolling and nothing. Had a bait out, and I guess, well, it's somewhat southeast, so it's gonna push us home. The wind continued to build, but thankfully I was making good progress. You probably can't see much because of the shit on the lens, but we're in, I don't know, maybe 10-12 knots, and we've got caps breaking. I'm being pretty careful with the oncoming ones, just bracing if it's a big one, like that. And thankfully we got the right wind direction, just side on, and we're making 4.5k an hour, which I'm pretty happy with in this sort of shit. I do still have a tuna lure out, just in case. I brought my live bait in because I do not want to hook a marlin in this sort of weather. it would be at least 2 hour, 3 hour flight, and then I'd have to get home, so it's not worth it. A little tuna I could do in 10-15 minutes, so that's not as big of a worry. And we're at 82 now and making good progress, so shouldn't be too long before we get a bit of shelter from the island, and then I can get my rods down. Oh, please do not jump into me, that would not be good. Few dolphins saying hello in the shit. Here they come down the waves. Surfing. On a mission though. So you now find me back by the island, and I'm anchored and preparing for a landing in the shit. So I'm basically at this point expecting to go over because my arms are really buggered and there's a lot of crosswind. It's going to be quite a tricky one. At least there's not much surf, which I don't know what it looks like in there. So get all our reels off and in the hold and get everything down that we possibly can so we don't break anything. Right, just to finish the video, I'm going to go over basically a breakdown of kind of what happened throughout the day. So I went out really far out to sea. I think I maxed out at about 14 kilometers offshore, which is really serious distance out to sea. A lot of you are probably wondering the safety concerns of taking a kayak out this far. The whole time I had contact back to shore. I had multiple boats in the area I was talking with on the radio, and if something did go wrong, I had about 3 forms of communication attached to me, so that was not really a concern. The wind here on the way home was totally unforecast. The direction was meant to be northeast. I got this kick of southeast that was meant to be much further down the coast, and it ended up coming up here. And thankfully it maxed out at probably 15 knot gusts, and when they're side on, they're not too hard to deal with in a Viking. Pretty confident and very stable boat. So from the point where I started at about 100 meters, it was about an hour and a half straight in this side-on weather, and I was pretty comfortable the whole way, and thankfully made it to the island at about 6 p.m. And that's pretty much it. Our first real attempt at going for one of the big game fish. It was a big day, really wide offshore, and thankfully we got home nice and safe in the end. Now, I just want to shout out Mike over on Patreon for his continued support at the Snapper tier, and you know what to do if you want to go support, top right of the screen. That's going to be it for this week's video, and I'll see you in another 7 days.